This is Al Michaels reporting from Atlanta International Raceway. We have the green flag for the start of the Atlanta 500 stock car race. And into the first turn, the silver and black car, number 28, Buddy Baker has the lead. Baker was the winner earlier this year of the Daytona 500, seeking his second win of the season. Neil Bonnet currently in second place on the backstretch. Cale Yarborough is running third, and Donnie Allison is fourth. Well back in the field is the current NASCAR point leader, Dale Earnhardt. Last year's Rookie of the Year had a slow qualifying time. He starts from row number 16. Baker, meanwhile, qualified at better than 166 miles an hour, a new qualifying record for the Atlanta 500, better than 2 miles an hour faster than anybody else in the field. Buddy Baker with the lead on the second lap. With me again is Jackie Stewart. This should be a good one.
Well, Atlanta's always a good race, and you can see how good it is right there as the number 11 car, Cale Yarborough, comes up beside Buddy Baker to challenge him for the lead. Donnie Allison tucks in behind him, but Buddy Baker, big Buddy Baker, 6'5", driving number 28, tries to do it high in the banking, but gets undone by Cale Yarborough, who comes through there in this front stretch. Cale Yarborough takes the lead.
All of the big names in this one. Dave Marcus in the picture right now, and also Richard Petty, who started in the familiar number 43 back in row number 4, is in contending position. That is Petty running in 5th place right now as Cale Yarborough moves into the lead down the back straightaway. Buddy Baker running second. The red car, Donnie Allison, is third. Dave Marcus and Richard Petty also right there as Petty moves past Marcus and into 4th place.
And down low in the banking is Richard Petty. He's a man who can use every part of the racetrack. He's more famous for going high up close to the wall. Maybe that'll come later in the race, but right now Cale Yarborough, a great favourite with the fans, car number 11 there, going through in the lead. Look how tight this bunch are.
The Atlanta 500 on ABC's Wide World of Sports, the 5th stop on the NASCAR Grand National Circuit for 1980. All of the big names are here. You see one of the biggest, Yarborough, out in front. Donnie Allison is running second. Richard Petty trying to move into 3rd position. He has that right now as Buddy Baker starts to drop back. So Baker, who had by far the fastest qualifying time, is in a bit of trouble as Buddy right now has dropped back to 6th position, running low on the track.
He has dropped back, but Bobby Allison, another great favourite with the crowd, he's coming up as they come down this short quarter-mile front stretch here at the Atlanta racetrack. A bumpy racetrack, not an easy one, 1.522 miles around. The corners themselves are half a mile at each end of the speedway, quarter-mile straights. And right now they're getting onto that quarter-mile back stretch as Donnie Allison tries to take the lead. He's low in the dark red car, and he does. He gets it in the lead there with Richard Petty, always a threat, sitting in there behind. He's really low in the racetrack as he comes right into the front stretch.
Meanwhile, Buddy Baker has dropped all the way back to 12. We'll have continuing coverage of the Atlanta 500 later, but there's more today on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Something very special. One of the most unusual competitions imaginable. A unique event in the world of sport. Here to tell you about it is Jim Lampley. The scene is Atlanta International Raceway, located about 30 miles south of downtown Atlanta. The crowd numbering close to 60,000 today, and we are just approaching the halfway mark of the Atlanta 500, the 5th stop on this year's NASCAR Grand National Circuit. Right now they're under the yellow. We've had several incidents today, and the pace car is out leading the pack. We should anticipate the green in a lap or two. Hello again, everybody. I'm Al Michaels, and currently in this race, we've had several lead changes. You've got Dale Earnhardt out in front right now, last year's Rookie of the Year. Another up-and-coming start. Terry Labonte is running second. Cale Yarborough, who's had the lead often today, is back in 3rd position. Then you've got Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison, and Darrell Waltrip, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Working with me, as always, our auto racing expert commentator, Jackie Stewart. Been an interesting race so far. A lot of yellow flags. What do you anticipate in the second half?
Well, I think we're going to see still a lot of action here in the second half. The incidents we've had this far, mainly due to the shortness of the track, the bumpiness of the track, and the very high winds, apart from anything else.
And one of those incidents took place right here on lap number 86, involving 3 cars.
They came out of turn 4, and there you see the 3 cars. It was Joe Boer, Tom Gale, and Mike Newsom that got involved there. The car of Joe Boer coming along the front stretch now, and just as it came under our commentary position, the car, in fact, caught fire. Joe Boer himself wasn't at all injured to speak of. He had twisted his ankle slightly, and you can see the flames licking out from the front of the car there. The fans didn't seem to notice. And then a little bit later, we see another accident here. This one was in lap 136, and we had Ty Scott, who lost a wheel. And there the wheel comes off. In fact, the wheel strikes Cale Yarborough's car. A close call for Ty Scott in car number 30. It could have been more serious. But in fact, it could have been a very serious accident for Cale Yarborough because the tyre certainly hit the car very hard. We'll have a look at that in slow motion. The rear tyre comes off of the car, just leaving your screen now. You can see the wheel coming off. It slides straight back and goes right into Cale Yarborough's side door there. It could have been much more serious. It could have even affected Cale himself by going into that window, because remember, there's no glass in these side windows, although there is protective netting. And that was the end of that race for Ty Scott.
For Cale Yarborough, however, despite the dents and the damage done to his car, he is very much in contention. Right now, we're going to get the green flag again as they have cleared the debris from the track. And because of numerous pit stops made under the last yellow flag, we've had a shuffling again at the top. The leader is number 44, that's Terry Labonte. Number 90 is Jody Ridley, but he is a lap down. Dick Brooks, who looks like he's third in your picture right now in car number 7, he is also a lap down. So behind Labonte, you have Darrell Waltrip in car number 88 in second place. Cale Yarborough in car number 11 is now third. Donnie Allison is running fourth, and Dale Earnhardt rounds out the top 5. Buddy Baker in car number 28 is also a lap down. He's in your picture right now, the silver and black machine, car number 28. Baker had trouble initially, remember, and Buddy is 1 lap down at this point.
And now we see Darrell Waltrip in that green and white 88. He's going for the lead. He's attacking it, and it looks like he's got it in this time. Darrell Waltrip, just a few years ago, he was called a young lion. He was beating up the establishment. Right now, he's amongst the establishment. He's accepted. And right now, he's also got in his mirror one of the real men of the establishment, and that's Cale Yarborough in number 11. And he's got himself tucked in behind Darrell Waltrip as they come into this front stretch again. He's pulling alongside. He's trying to get through there. He looks like as if he's got it. Has he got it? No. Darrell Waltrip's fending him off there. He's higher on the road. He seems to have the right groove for the racetrack. Donnie Allison on the red car, the third car in your picture there. He's tucking in. Again, a real train of experience in that middle group.
Darrell Waltrip, car number 88. Jackie talking about Waltrip and a couple of years ago, everybody saying, well, there's a man with boundless potential. And sometimes pressure like that takes its toll on good young drivers, but not on Waltrip, because his potential has become reality now as he fights with Cale Yarborough for the lead. Into the first turn they go around this 1.522-mile oval at Atlanta. Waltrip is the leader. Yarborough is second. Donnie Allison in car number 1 running third. We'll be right back. A big development back here in Atlanta. Darrell Waltrip's car, number 88, has been emitting smoke for the last couple of laps. He has just been black flagged. That means he'll have to come into the pits. So Donnie Allison in the red number 1 is out in front. You can see Waltrip's car smoking. Cale Yarborough is running second, and Waltrip will drop back several places as Darrell has to come into the pits right now.
He's coming into the pits. It looks to me that maybe piston rings may be wrong here because there was smoke was coming off when he took his foot off the throttle. We'll have to wait and see. Chris Economacki's down in the pits. Let's go down to him and get the story.
Okay, Darrell Waltrip's in the pits, and this time it's an under-the-hood problem. The car's been smoking. He got the black flag a moment ago. They're trying to find out what it is. It's the right side of the engine, and it may be an exhaust header leak. Buddy Parrott, the crew chief, and the NASCAR inspectors, plus one other man is in there. They have not fueled the car yet, nor have they changed any tires. Waiting for that work to take place. Now, here comes the work. They say in stock car racing, when you lift the hood, that's usually it for the day. Now the normal pit stop begins, the tire changing, and on the right side of the car, the valve cover is being changed. You know what it is, Darrell?
Yeah, it's smoking.
Well, an obviously upset driver, but he doesn't know what the problem is. Sitting there fuming and waiting for things to get better.
The position, Chris, that Waltrip is not used to as you look at Allison and Yarborough in the lead. Darrell has won 2 of the 4 races thus far on the 1980 Grand National Circuit as Cale Yarborough tries to move past Allison and does to overtake the lead, but back comes Donnie on the outside. So side by side, it's Yarborough with that dented door. Remember the tire from the car of Ty Scott banging into the side of Yarborough's car earlier. But Cale running fine, and Allison right there with him right now as the two remain side by side into turn one.
A real crowd pleaser here. You see both of these cars going around the racetrack using a different line as they go around there, and Cale Yarborough coming off of that turn, getting very close to Donnie Allison there. There was a suggestion maybe that the car would be upset aerodynamically by that dent in the door. I don't think it's causing any inconvenience to Cale Yarborough. The only thing that might be happening, maybe more turbulence could be coming into the cockpit because of the air spilling off into the car, but it seems to be doing fine for him.
Very much in the picture at the moment. Car number 2, that's Dale Earnhardt, who has come from well back. The blue and yellow car. Earnhardt was the 31st fastest qualifier. So he started way back in row number 16 and has moved up to third place. Terry Labonte in car number 44, looking for his first Grand National win, just 22 years old in fourth. And there is Darrell Waltrip. The hood is still up. He's still working on his car. Waltrip, who was in the lead just a few laps ago, still in the pits at the moment, as Donnie Allison maintains the lead. And Dale Earnhardt has now moved past Yarborough and into second place. So Earnhardt all the way from the 31st starting position into the second spot, just a car length back of Allison.
Dale Earnhardt, he's really making a name for himself. Rookie of the year last year and now doing a tremendous job. Anyone who can get ahead of Cale Yarborough in a situation like this is very good. He's the points leader this year, as you may remember, and he's now challenging for the lead.
Dale Earnhardt and Donnie Allison side by side, battling for the top spot with Cale Yarborough running third. This is what we've come to expect in NASCAR racing over the years. Just that much room separating the top four. The Atlanta 500, the veteran Donnie Allison, car number 1, out in front. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Dale Earnhardt running second, and Terry Labonte, another newcomer, now moving into second place with Cale Yarborough fourth as they head into turn number 4. And into the outside wall goes Donnie Allison and Terry Labonte in the fourth turn. Labonte running up the back of Donnie Allison's car as they come out of the spin in turn 4.
Both cars look not too badly damaged. In fact, as they both start to head for pit lane, Labonte goes straight back onto the racetrack, not wanting to lose any time on the racetrack because of the yellow flag rule. They have to race to the start-finishing line before the yellow flag rule comes out. So he's gone out on the racetrack. Donnie Allison, in fact, has gone all the way through the pit lane, has gone back onto the racetrack, so he's trying to save time also. We're going to see some slow motion here, and here it is. On turn 3 and 4, you can see this happening. The car number 44 gets sucked in by the draft into Donnie Allison's rear end. That little kiss cost both cars to go off the road. First of all, it was Donnie Allison's riding up onto the wall. Cars getting sideways. Labonte himself gets up onto the wall, luckily without serious damage to either car. The yellow flag is out, and of course the cars are now getting them sorted out. In the pit lane is Dale Earnhardt.
With the yellow flag out, we'll resume our coverage of the Atlanta 500 shortly, but right now, the story of the triathlon continues. Our commentators, Jim Lampley and Diana Nyad. We're back at Atlanta International Raceway. Al Michaels reporting with Jackie Stewart and Chris Economaki well into the Atlanta 500 stock car race, and there's the leader, Cale Yarborough, car number 11. He's led for several laps now. His lead at the moment is 8 seconds over Bobby Allison, who is in second place. We're to the point in the race where each of the leaders will now have just one pit stop remaining as Yarborough maintains the advantage. And now Bobby Allison making his last pit stop. Bobby's second.
Bobby's crew getting right onto it. They're changing outside rubber, changing the tyres on the outside of the car. That's to say the tyres that heat up most and cause most trouble to the driver. If the tyres heat up too much, the car's handling depreciates. Obviously, they're putting fuel in at the same time, and that's what they're waiting for right now. The car gets pushed away. In 17.1 seconds, and as he leaves pit lane, the leader comes in. It's Cale Yarborough, number 11 in the pits. He's also having outside rubber change. Chris Economaki's down in the pits.
Okay, Cale Yarborough was in. Bobby Allison was in a moment ago with a 17 and 20 100-second pit stop. Took right side tires. Now Cale is getting right side tires, but they're also going to change the left side tires too, which means Cale Yarborough is going to give up a lot on this pit stop. He's been in 22 seconds already. Remember now, Allison was out at 17 and a fraction seconds. Cale Yarborough has been in almost 30 seconds now. The better tires will make his car faster, but is there enough racing left? That's the question, and there he goes in 34 and 54 100 seconds. Back to you, Al.
A very costly pit stop for Cale Yarborough. Remember, he had an 8-second lead over Allison as you watch Dale Earnhardt now come into the pits because of the lengthy stop stop for Yarborough. He is now trailing Allison by 9 seconds. That much disparity in the two pit stops. Dale Earnhardt running on the same lap, currently in third place. His final pit stop of the day here.
The pit stop I'm thinking about, however, was Cale Yarborough's, because he was in the pits far too long, around 35 seconds. He was 8 seconds in the lead when he came in. He's 9 seconds in deficit now from Bobby Allison, and that's far too long. To get that story, let's go down to Chris Economaki, because he's got Junior Johnson, Cale Yarborough's crew chief.
Junior, why did you change 4 tires rather than 2?
Well, we had about an 8-second lead, and if Bud stayed in or Bobby and got a full tank of gas, we should have come out with him. But one of the lug nuts rung off on the right front wheel. We had to come back and get another socket, and they just put us behind.
You think you'll be able to catch him?
We've got time if we don't have no bad luck.
Okay, there you have it. Bad luck in the pits put Cale Yarborough back down, but Junior Johnson, as crew chief, thinks that without bad luck he can catch him. Back to you, Al.
There's the leader, Bobby Allison, out in front. Cale Yarborough is running second. Earnhardt has come out of the pits. He is third. Dave Marcus is fourth. And Rusty Wallace, making his first ever NASCAR Grand National start, running fifth. The Atlanta 500 continues, and what was a very short time to go, a 9-second lead for Bobby Allison has been steadily shrinking. Allison, car number 15, still out in front. The second car in your picture is not on the same lap. Then you go back to Cale Yarborough, who's running second right now in car number 11. There he is, followed by Dale Earnhardt in the draft of Yarborough in the blue and yellow number 2. But Allison slowing down just a bit. Yarborough and Earnhardt have been able to hook up, and they've made up quite a bit of ground, Jack.
Well, when drafting takes place like this, both cars go a little bit faster, because the car behind tends to push the car in front on with a cushion of air, and that's what you see happening right now, because Dale Earnhardt's tucked right behind Cale Yarborough as they come out of turn 4, and we've got our clock here to see the elapsed time between these two drivers, and it's only 0.9 of a second, and just at that very moment, Cale Yarborough's pulled down off the groove. He's in trouble. Dale Earnhardt has passed him. Cale Yarborough has a mechanical problem because he's pulled out of the groove. He's in trouble. He's not a happy man. You can see him. He's back right off the throttle. You can even see a relaxed look in the position of his helmet and his driving position. I fear that that may be the end of the day for Cale Yarborough.
A day of tough luck for him, as Dale Earnhardt now on the outside tries to overtake Allison, and does as they come down the main straightaway. Dale Earnhardt, one of the slower qualifiers. Remember, he started 31st in this field of 42, has the lead as Cale Yarborough again comes into the pits. He had the problem when he got hit the side of the door, dented by the tire from Ty Scott earlier, then the long pit stop, and now Cale Yarborough with engine trouble near the end of the race.
His hood is up, and that reminds us of another situation, because Darrell Waltrip, he had trouble earlier on. His hood was lifted and was dropped out of the race with mechanical troubles later on. So I feel it may say the same thing will happen to Yarborough.
28 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt, the leader, will be back for the conclusion of the race. But right now, more of the triathlon with Jim Lampley and Diana Nyad. Back in Atlanta, we have 2.5 laps remaining in the Atlanta 500. And number 2, Dale Earnhardt, running very well, has built up a sizable lead. He's the overall NASCAR point leader. Coming into this, the 5th stop on the Grand National Circuit. And an interesting story right there. Car number 16, Rusty Wallace, his first ever Grand National start, currently in 2nd place. Rusty Wallace from Arnold, Missouri.
Roger Penske in the red jacket there. It's a Roger Penske entered car that Rusty Wallace is driving, and there you see Rusty going down the front stretch there. Car number 16, and a relationship shot all the way around the racetrack till we find Dale Earnhardt the leader. Almost half the racetrack in hand over Rusty Wallace.
Earnhardt leading, Wallace second, and there's Bobby Allison, who had the lead earlier. He has been slowing down steadily, but still in 3rd position at the moment. And the white flag, 1 lap to go for Dale Earnhardt, seeking his first win of the season, but still he was the point leader coming in, and Earnhardt right now just about 2/3 of a lap away from picking up his first win of 1980 and adding to that point lead.
Dale Earnhardt, a very talented young man indeed. To win the Rookie of the Year last year and to come in and start this season with such tremendous success is impressive. It must confirm all the fears that the established drivers had last year when they saw him, because at that time they thought this one is going to be a good one.
And the checkered flag for the 28-year-old Earnhardt out of Kannapolis North Carolina, winning the Atlanta 500. Rusty Wallace, a big star on the USAC Star Car Trail, makes his NASCAR debut by finishing second. A most impressive showing. And the veteran from Hueytown, Alabama, in car number 15, Bobby Allison, winding up third. Now this is Al Michaels along with Jackie Stewart and Chris Economaki saying so long from Atlanta International Raceway with a final look at Dale Earnhardt, the winner of the Atlanta 500. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Roone Arledge. Coordinating producer of ABC's Wide World of Sports is Dennis Lewin. Today's show was produced by Ned Steckel. Triathlon directed by Andy Sedaris. Atlanta 500 directed by Larry Cam. Coordinating director Joe Assetti. Associate directors Ben Harvey and Patty Tewitt. Technical director in Atlanta, Werner Gunther. Stay tuned now for ABC's World News Tonight Sunday, which follows over most of these ABC stations. Travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. More people fly United to Hawaii than any other airline.